What's up guys, Readiness Rations here with you again, and I'm back at you with a classic US Military Meal Ready to Eat, or MRE. This is menu number 17, Beef Teriyaki, and although I've been doing these ration reviews for years, I've never had the opportunity to try this one out. I love everything teriyaki, so I'm really looking forward to this one. Before we open this pack up to see what food it contains, don't forget to give the video a thumbs up if you like seeing these military ration reviews here on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of my future MRE content, and drop me a comment letting me know what ration you would like to see me review next. So just judging by this exterior bag, we know this MRE has some age on it. This one was packed by Warneck. Beef teriyaki was a fairly short-lived MRE menu. It made its debut in 1999 at menu number 3. In 2001, it was moved to menu number 17, and then it was finally replaced by Sloppy Joe in 2005. So it had like a 6-year run. We'll give the peelable seal a shot on this one, see if we can open it without the use of a knife. And that was very easy, but look at that. We have some leakage going on. Oh no, that looks like a sticky mess. First item in the package is a shortbread cookie. I've never seen one of these in this kind of elongated package before. A 130 calorie package of noodles, chow mein, and that has a lot of the sticky gunk on the backside. A classic MRE spoon. A full-size package of original fruit Skittles. We'll take a closer look at this accessory pack in just a moment. I have been waiting to run across one of these for years, and that is a beverage-based powder cherry flavor. I've tried a ton of MREs, but I've never had the opportunity to try the cherry beverage base. That was really stuck. 180 calorie wheat snack bread with lots of sticky on the back of it. Perhaps this is our culprit for all of that stickiness. 1 ounce of blackberry jam. We do have a flameless ration heater for heating the meal up. And lastly here, our box for the main entree. Beef in teriyaki sauce with vegetables. 250 calories. 17 grams of protein with 26 grams of carbs. Date of production on this ration was the 314th day of 2003, so pretty close to the end of this ration's run. See if we can get this open with all that sticky junk on the outside. And there is our retort pouch for the main entree. It feels like we have a little bit of delamination going on, but this package doesn't seem to be compromised at all. Since this is all in one piece, I definitely think our blackberry jam here is what has been leaking out into the MRE. Since this is a 20-year-old ration at this point, I'm going to skip using the flameless ration heater, just so I can make sure the main is thoroughly heated and a little bit more food safe. Let's see what they put in this accessory package. A super dehydrated Tabasco bottle. It is completely dried up in there. In fact, the whole inside of this accessory package smells like Tabasco. We have our Lighthouse toilet paper, a moist towelette, 4 grams of sugar, 4 grams of iodized salt, a package of creamer, non-dairy dry, a Lipton premium blend, black tea, OD green pack of matches with a sort of a brown tip, and lastly, a sort of washed out looking package of spearmint chewing gum. I'm really just hoping the main entree in this one is still good to eat. Let's get that on to boil and everything else plated up. This is looking like a pretty well put together ration. I suppose the first thing we'll prepare here is our tea, the Lipton Premium Blend. Pretty normal looking tea bag there. I know I'm gonna want this sugared, so I'm gonna go ahead and add my 4 grams of sugar to that. And that's about a cup. That'll need some steeping time. Next up is gonna be this beverage-based powder cherry flavor. This has a rock-hard portion in the bottom of the package, bright cherry red, and the aroma coming off of this is super pungent of artificial cherry. I need to try a bit of this just straight dry. Man, woof, that is sour and sweet and delicious. I'm not big on artificial flavors, but I do have an affinity for artificial cherry flavor. I absolutely love the way this powder tastes. It is a delicious cherry candy. I suppose we do need to turn it into the drink it was meant to be though. Roughly 12 ounces of water here. It's hard to describe how powerful the smell of this drink mix is. The whole room smells like some kind of cherry air freshener. There are some persistent chunks in there, but we got it mostly mixed up. Let's crack into some of our other items here. We'll take a look at this shortbread cookie first. Very interesting long package on this one. Oh wow, look at that. It's a package inside of a package. I've never seen these in an MRE, and I've never heard of this brand. Probably gonna say it wrong. Lorana Dune shortbread cookies. A retail package by Nabisco. 210 calories. Check those out. They're all crumbled up in there, it looks like. There's the majority of one. As much as I would like to save these shortbread cookies for dessert, I absolutely have to dig into one right now. They have an awesome buttery shortbread smell. They smell super fresh. They're very crumbly. I tried to get a snap out of it, but it kind of just fell apart there. They look very light and airy on the inside. Let's try that out. Oh yeah, super crispy and buttery. These are dangerously good. This is certainly the best iteration of shortbread cookie I've had in an MRE, and it might be one of the best cookies in a US MRE period. I recently did a review of a 24-hour Mongolian ration. The crackers in that ration were pretty similar to these. I suppose we should wash that cookie down with a bit of our tea here. Lipton Premium Blend. I'm glad I added the sugar. That's good. Nothing to write home about. It's a basic black tea, but a good black tea. Not sure what makes it premium, but I do like it. Maybe we'll try adding some creamer to the tea. Typically I just do my tea with sugar, but this creamer looks like it's in pretty darn good shape. And now the tea is the way I like my coffee, sweet and creamy. One more try on this. Oh yeah, that's actually much better. The creamer, oddly enough, helped to cut a little bit of the bitterness that I was getting from before. It still has a little bit of that tannic mouthfeel that you just get with tea in general. That's a really good cup. Reminds me of an English breakfast tea, basically. I thoroughly boiled the bag for the main. The contents are lava hot, but let's see what they're looking like here. The bag is falling apart a little bit, but you'll get that with overboiling. There is a lot of juice in there, and what looks to be a noodle, maybe? Oh yeah, very juicy. You know, this is actually smelling pretty good. This has some very interesting stuff in the mix here. Water chestnut, bamboo shoot, mushroom, and of course, beef strips. The strips of beef themselves don't appear to be processed. They're more of a natural beef roast. You can see them sort of falling apart with the back of the spoon there, little individual meat fibers. And there's a lot of what is apparently teriyaki sauce in this. I wish we had some rice to soak that up. I'm ready to get into this though. So I'll get a couple pieces of beef there, bamboo shoot, and mushroom. It's really dark, but it does smell good. So let's try it out. Down the hatch we go. A little bit tangy. Slight sweetness, good amount of salt. I couldn't really distinguish that bamboo shoot. Get another big piece of meat here. The salt on this is on point. It has a lot of soy sauce in it. This really would be excellent with some rice. It has a strong umami taste with a nice tangy kick to go along with it. The only flavor it's really lacking in is spiciness. It's a shame that our Tabasco didn't make it. We're getting a piece of water chestnut in this bite. That water chestnut crunch really just sets things off. That is a really good main. It is at least as good as any main in a modern US ration, and probably a good deal better than most. I'm really enjoying it. Since we don't have rice, I guess we have to settle for chow mein noodles. There is another Asian-inspired MRE menu, pork chow mein, and that was the first menu these chow mein noodles were in. I have a review of that. I'll link it up here if you want to check that out. These noodles look very dry. Do not eat in there, which we won't be eating. No visible seasoning on these. They smell nice and fresh though. Let's try them out. Oh yeah, perfect. Those taste as good as the day they were packaged. Sprinkle a few of those on top of our main here. This main is so saucy, I really think adding the additional crunch of these very neutral flavored chow mein noodles is gonna be an awesome combination. That's a far more substantial bite. You actually have something to chew through, and as those chow mein noodles break down, they absorb a little bit of the sauce. That's good stuff. Standalone, these chow mein noodles are far from special. They have a very neutral flavor. They're slightly bready, but they are nice and crunchy, and that's really the main thing they bring to the table. Some texture variation. Every now and then, you run across a ration that's firing on all cylinders, and so far, this is one of those. Seriously, surprisingly good. We'll wash that down with a bit of our cherry drink here. It's nice and clear now. Super red. It's not as powerful as it was in dry form, which completely makes sense. This is sweet, it's a little bit sour, and it tastes very heavily of artificial cherry. So if you despise artificial cherry, you will despise this. But if you're weird like me and you kind of like it, you'll probably really enjoy it. The lemon lime beverage base powder might still be my favorite, but this cherry is easily my number 2, if not my number 1 favorite US MRE beverage. Let's see how our wheat snack bread is held up. It is pretty dark. No mold or anything as far as I can tell. Smells like wheat snack bread. If you never had one of these before, they are an alien-like bread product. They have a chemical aroma. They're super dense. Just a really odd bread thing. Break into this one here. It's looking very dry. See if it survived. That zaps all the moisture from your mouth. You can taste that wheaty whole grain flavor, but then it also tastes like a wheat snack bread, which isn't one of the best flavors out there. Dip this piece in a little bit of our teriyaki sauce, because it needs the moisture. That was a lot more bearable. This wheat snack bread has held up very well. It's completely edible. It's just not that great, and that's because it never was that great. We'll have a better look at our blackberry jam here, which busted open. Ooh, that is looking crazy dark. I think we'll just squirt it all out onto the tray. There's still a bit of liquid in there, but then it's also very coagulated as well. Super chunky. I'm a little nervous about trying this one. Any kind of compromised fruit product is pretty risky to try out, especially when it's 20 years old. The color is not at all purple. It is very brown. We don't really know if it busted open due to swelling from fermentation or if the ration just was compressed at some point and that's what caused the rupture. It's so dark in color, it's really hard to make a determination on what kind of condition I think it's in. Still smells like I would expect a blackberry jam to smell. I suppose we'll give it a shot here. Hopefully I don't die. Ooh, it is very fermented tasting. Very boozy. That might have been a mistake. I need to wash that down. So although I could taste the blackberry fruity flavor, it was completely covered up by a fermented alcohol-like flavor. That was very concerning. I'm not touching that stuff anymore. One and done. We do still have our Skittles to check out here though. Full-size package of original Skittles, and they look to be in factory new condition there. The candy shells are absolutely perfect. Get one of each color here. I don't see these being any different from any Skittle you would go to the store and buy. Except for maybe being a little bit harder than normal. I expect the Skittle to be a bit more chewy and a little less crunchy. But as I work on them, they are softening up and the flavor is 100% on point, like a fresh original Skittle would be. Aside from the jam, this has been a really good ration. That was menu number 17, beef teriyaki, from the very end of 2003, more than 20 years old and going strong. I want to say a big thank you to my wife for giving me this MRE for Christmas. That was an unexpected but welcome surprise. If you guys enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. That helps out with the algorithm and getting it distributed out to other viewers. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of my future ration review content. Drop me a comment of what you thought of this particular meal and the review, and I will catch you guys in the next video. See you then. Peace.